Indeed. Now, have you noticed how the dry waste is building up? Because at our house, I don't know what it's like at yours, but in our house, the bin is full and there's boxes and there's bin bags full of cardboard and wrapping and tins from the north and paper bags and all sorts. It's going to take a while to filter them out. It'll take a few runs of the bin lorry to get through them all eventually. But anyhow, what should we be putting in the bin at this time of the year? Any time of the year for that matter, but especially after Christmas when there's a few maybe different things in there. Fergal McGorman is operations manager at Bryson Recycling, and they have a number of sites dotted around Donegal. Fergal, good afternoon. Happy New Year to you.
Yes, pleased to meet you. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas to everyone. Happy New Year.
Yeah. How many sites around Donegal?
We have 6 sites all over the county. So we have Carndonagh right up in the north, Lahey right down in the very south, and a few in between. We have Milford, Stranola, Dunlow and Letterkenny.
Now we're talking mostly today about dry recycling, but at Bryson you can bring almost anything in to have it recycled.
You can
or dumped.
So if it's recyclable, we'll take it in. If it's not recyclable, we'll take it in as household waste.
Okay. But for most of us this time of the year, it's stuff that's building up, like I mentioned there, cardboard and wrapping and all sorts. And some people still a bit confused. I even see it here because we separate our waste here at Highland, but I even see it there. And there's, coffee cups half full thrown into the dry recycling. I mean, it's called dry recycling for a reason. So we're going to do coffee cup. Can coffee cups, because there's I know there's a layer on coffee cups, but can coffee cups themselves be recycled?
Yeah, we can take coffee cups in, yes.
Okay.
Just dry the coffee, pour the coffee out and then maybe dry it with a bit of tissue.
Yeah.
And we'll take it out. It'll go into the cardboard recycling, yeah.
Same goes for plastic bottles. Just empty the
bottles,
contents.
Yep, empty the contents out and even crush them, and you'll fit more into whatever container you're bringing into us. But yeah, crush them, put the lid back on, and nowadays the lids are attached.
Yeah.
But, yep.
Unless, of course, there's an R on it, but you're going to be wasting money if you put them into recycling and there's an R on them where you can get a bit back on them.
That's the other option. You can take them to one of the supermarkets and get yourself a voucher off that way. But if it's handier for you when you're taking other stuff into us, just bring your bottles along with it.
What about gift wrapping? Because there's just so much gift wrapping now just after Christmas, bags and bags of stuff in many cases. And can it all be recycled?
It can't, unfortunately. Shiny Christmas wrapping paper is one of the items that we can't recycle. We'll still take it in as household waste, but if it's shiny paper, it's unfortunately one of those things that cannot be recycled at the minute.
So would the same apply for crisp packets?
Crisp packets, we take them in as we call them soft plastic, and we have a provider now who will take them off us. So like a plastic bag that you get bread in, a plastic crisp packet, we can take all of that now.
Okay.
We couldn't before, we can now. We have a third party who'll take that off us.
When you say you have a supplier that'll take those, does the dry waste, do you separate it or is it separated elsewhere?
We ask the customers to separate it before they bring it into us, and when they come on site we have lots of different areas for each product that's coming in. So we have a separate area for the cardboard, we have a big machine for the paper which is going to compact it, we have large 1-ton bags that you can put the plastic bottles into, and it's the same with the soft plastics, the crisp packets and the bread packets. We have a separate area for that. But if people bring it all in separately, it's easy. They just put it into wherever it has to go.
Is there such a thing as a scrunch test? Because I've heard that if it stays scrunched, then it can be recycled. Is that true?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
is that an imprecise science?
So that would, the scrunch test, we would call that for if it's going to have like tin foil in it. But plastic bags and stuff like that, we can take all of that and you would scrunch it and it would open up again. A crisp packet, you would scrunch it and it would open up again. We can take all that now.
What about the other stuff that might be on packaging or on presents, the bows and the ribbons and things like that?
Unfortunately, they would be mixed. So some of them will have like a metal wire through them, and they will be made of plastic and different grades of plastic. So they're unfortunately one of the things that you can't recycle.
Right. And when it comes to plastics, it's hard to work out exactly what we should put in and what we shouldn't. And for instance, bubble wrap. Can that be?
Bubble wrap, we would count that as soft plastic. It would go into the same container. It would go into the same bag that the crisp packets and the bread packets go into. We would take that.
Okay. And And then I'm thinking about things that are delivered in the sort of plastic packaging or like styrofoam, for instance.
Give me an example of that.
Styrofoam, you
Like
get
polystyrene.
yes, you get like say an electrical,
Yeah,
a large electrical.
we can take polystyrene. Yes, we have a company comes up from down in Meath, and they come up in a lorry with a machine in the back of it, and they crunch it all up and recompact it. It actually gets made into child car seats. They would be filled with
Oh yeah,
recycled polystyrene. Crash helmets, stuff like that. There would all have recycled polystyrene that we take in.
okay.
So it's good to see stuff like that getting reused. And so before it would have been melted down. It's a pretty toxic chemical after that. But if it can be crunched, reused, and
You see, we're chatting here a lot about the stuff that can be taken into Bryson centres, but I'm also like a lot of people when it comes to dry waste, they're just going to be putting it into their blue bin. And is that then taken by the collectors and separated? So if I stick in, polystyrene or styrofoam and other plastics, that's separated by them. Is that the theory?
yeah, so they would be if you have it in your blue bin and it's collected in an RCV, a refuse collection vehicle, they would take it and they would take it to a warehouse where they'll have individuals or machinery in some cases, which will actually separate that out. It's a much more expensive process to do that because you're paying people to separate it in a factory. They're getting a wage. You're also paying the big lorry to go out and collect it, or you're paying for the machinery that'll actually manually separate it. So it's a much more expensive process. Whereas what we have at Bryson is the customers are bringing the stuff in already pre-separated, and we can just sell it directly as a clean product. We can sell just paper. We can sell just cardboard. And that's how it all works.
Clean is key, I suppose, as well when it comes to recycling, because I'm thinking about like food containers. A lot of them you can recycle them, but they do need to be clean
And it's
for it to be effective. For
it's
recycling,
just a case of rinsing it in the kitchen sink, clear out whatever
Yeah.
food residue there is left, and put it into a bag with similar material and take it into us.
Okay. Otherwise, the recycling's compromised, is it?
It is, yeah. If you have food mixed in with plastic, and then when it's all getting melted down to make either pellets for making new plastic, you don't want other stuff mixed in with it.
Just going back to Christmas, what about things like ornaments?
It would depend really what the ornament's made out of. If it's a plastic one and it was just one type of plastic, then we could probably take it in. But a lot of these ornaments, they're going to have like a bit of thread on them, a bit of metal in it, and so the less different types of material are in the one ornament, the better.
Okay.
If there's a mixture of stuff, there's a lot of stuff nowadays which just isn't recyclable because of what it's made out of, and that's really what people need to consider when they're buying these things. What's going to happen to this when I'm finished with it? Can it be recycled? And if it can't, maybe think about not buying it.
Right. Christmas lights, will that fall under electrical goods?
Yes, Christmas lights, they're electrical. We can take them in with a supplier who will strip any valuable metal out of them, and again, it can be reused. Yeah.
Okay, and batteries, obviously,
batteries are free to leave them in. Yes, they can all be recycled. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of these things can be like, say, lights and batteries. They can be recycled free of charge.
Yes, it's completely free to bring that in. There's quite a lot of stuff that you can take in, which is free: glass, cans, aerosols, old clothing, bulbs, batteries, any electrical appliance you can leave into us for free, whether it's a broken TV, a broken computer, anything at all that's even a child's toy with electrics in it that is now broken, leave it into us and that's free. Old mobile phones, they're all free.
Okay.
Quite a lot of free stuff.
And finally, the Christmas tree. The big difference between artificial and real. So artificial, first of all.
So artificial, it's going to depend what it's made out of. If it's an artificial tree with batteries in it for built-in flashing lights, that's going to be free because again we can recycle the electrical components in that.
Okay.
If it's a natural tree, there's a project, Donegal County Council. They've teamed up with the Lochs Agency. People may know about them. They manage a lot of salmon fisheries around on both sides of the border. And they use the old natural Christmas trees to put them into rivers to protect habitat. And if you imagine a corner on a river where the river's eating away at the bank and the bank's collapsing, they can shore that up with the old Christmas trees.
Yes.
And it's a natural product. It's not going to cause any pollution. It's going to provide habitat for juvenile fish and that there. So leave your Christmas trees in with us for free if they're natural. Donegal County Council will collect them off us. They team up with the Lochs Agency and the stuff will be getting properly recycled there to do something fantastic for the environment.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Well, let's try and get over this Christmas and get the Christmas. Somebody was texting in earlier asking about when the Christmas decorations come down, because there's a lot of waste associated, and I'm realizing this year more than ever that there's so much waste associated with Christmas, and I suppose we need to do the right thing with it. But anyhow, so thanks for pointing out a few of the do's and don'ts. Much appreciated, Fergal. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Forget it. Big old moon gonna shine like a spoon. We're gonna let it. You won't regret it. Kick your shoes off. Do not fear. Bring that bottle over here. I'll be your baby tonight. Be my baby. Be my baby. Be my baby. Be my baby. I'll be your baby tonight. I'll be your baby tonight. I'll be your.
I was in pain for over a year. Once I went to see my GP, he referred me to Kingsbridge. My experience at Kingsbridge was fantastic. Everybody was very friendly. They couldn't do enough for you.
Public patients in the Republic of Ireland can get rapid access to cross-border surgeries at Kingsbridge private hospitals in Belfast and Derry, with medical costs reimbursed by the HSE. Find out more at kingsbridgeprivatehospital.com/cross-border. Kingsbridge, your fast track to 5-star care. Terms and conditions apply.